So the new changes to HDB will be the HFE, okay? What's the main difference is basically HDB is trying to streamline using your Singpass. So last time we used to have intent to buy plus HLE, which is your HDB loan. So now they're trying to streamline everything together. So it's easier, but of course at the same time, buyer can do it themselves also. So there are two steps to this HFE. So initially the HDB loan is called HLE, but now we change to HFE. So total there are two steps. Step one is a preliminary HFE check, which is an instant thing. Everything have to use through your Singpass. Okay. Step two is to apply for a HFE letter. All applicants, let's say husband, wife, or you apply with any occupiers, all of them have to log into their Singpass to register for this HFE. Okay. Clear? So there's only two steps. So let's say today someone, let's say a direct buyer, they just want to CC look. They can do step one. Okay. Step one, you do already within a certain time frame, which is 30 calendar days. You have to go to step two to get your HFE. Otherwise, everything will change. Reason being, why? Maybe your income change. So there's always a time limit, time period for this whole HFE thing. So currently, HDB resale portal will change to HDB Flat Portal. It's just the kind of same thing. It's just change of name. Just get to know. They will integrate the whole loan application service to enable flat buyers to apply for IPA and letters of offer from participating FI. So meaning to say, okay, I don't have a HDB, so I didn't manage to log in my Singpass to see. But based on this, I guess, I don't know whether last time we used to approach a mortgage banker to get IPA and all. But I don't know whether through this new system, they can go directly to the 6 different banks. DBS, Hong Leong, Maybank, all these. There's no stand chart inside these 6 banks. So I don't know whether is it through the system that they can directly apply to the bank to get IPA, or they still use the same route like previous. We contact maybe Chris, then we get the IPA and all. So this part, I didn't manage to do it because I'm not eligible to buy HDB. So if you all know, then can just let me know. Agent 有没有做？没有。Okay, so never mind. The whole processing time of this HFE letter is up to 21 working days, and it's valid for 6 months. Meaning to say, today, let's say you receive a call from a buyer. You ask your buyer, have you done your HFE? If this buyer say, I haven't done, minimum wait out period is 21 days. Clear? So your HDB currently don't get calls. Correct or not? Whether you sell, unless it's cheap, like 400 to 500,000. If you are marketing anything 800, 900,000 or 1 million, you don't get the calls. Now direct buyers, if they don't do this HFE, they cannot buy. And the moment they apply, need 21 days, provided that provide all the documents immediately to the HDB officer. Minimum is 21 days. So if you read the fine print, it can be more than 21 days. Why 21 days? Because there are total 3 parts to this whole HFE.
Sorry. So meaning to say if they offer today also cannot, no HFE cannot get OTP.
Okay, so today is 8 of May. Okay, so this whole thing will take effect on the 9th of May. So this is what we call the transition period. I don't want to talk about this transition period. Let's say we talk moving forward on the 10th of May. Let's say talk 10th of May. If today this buyer never do intend to buy, then you have to follow the new system. You have to do the HFE. But let's say this buyer already have intent to buy, got a valid HLE. Yes, you still can do. There's this a transition period. But of course, take note, HLE will also expire 6 months. Based on which date? Application date or OTP date? Application. When is application? When you exercise. Exercise doesn't mean submit HDB, right? You have to wait to submit both parties. Then it's considered your HLE have to be valid. What if the HLE expire? Still can submit or not? Can. Just email under HDB e-feedback. So anything also can do for HDB. Just have to use through the e-feedback. Now you cannot directly email HDB officer. Last time we usually email HDB resale mailbox something.gov. Now everything go through the HDB e-feedback. They will reply. Okay? Don't call them. They also don't care. One. Yeah.
Right.
Yes, sir. HDB loan.
Now, regardless.
So now regardless, So now what the government is trying to do to make sure this buyer is qualified. If not, sometimes you serve a buyer, the buyer come and view, oh sorry, I haven't do intend to buy, or maybe I take loan, maybe I don't take loan. But now with these new measures, we do the HFE, whether this person is taking HDB loan, bank loan, they all have to do. If not, the HFE letter won't be generated. So basically have the intent to buy, and your loan, and your CPF grant. So 3 parts. So everything they will know. So during step 1, they will know roughly whether they are eligible to buy a HDB, new flat, or resale, how much grant they will be getting.
If they pay by cash?
They pay by cash, then you indicate pay by cash. Everything also need HFE.
But those, you say just now, those already have the intent to sell, right?
Intent to buy.
Intent to buy, then you make a validity period.
Based on the expiry date of the intent to buy and HFE.
So as long as they have intent to buy, they have HLE, then they can do lah, okay lah.
Okay, later I'll touch on that part, okay? So this is the sample of the whole HFE letter. So if you look at the letter, there will be 3 parts like I mentioned just now. The eligibility to buy a flat, the CPF grant, and the total amount that this potential buyer will have. And lastly will be the housing loan and the amount. So all this, there will be breakdown. They will tell you through the new, through the resale, what are you eligible to buy. So everything is clear. Okay, so everything is clear. Based on the loan, there are also a few, 3 different categories, like if you take more loan, lesser loan, how prudent you are. So all this will be indicated. So this letter is important. So meaning to say, moving forward, if this buyer is going to view, you just ask, have you done your HFE? If you're not prepared to serve this buyer, or if you are not going to do anything, if you are just a seller, lister, if they don't have this, then most likely they won't be able to buy lah. If not, they have to wait 21 days. Okay, so this is the whole letter, how it looks like. Later they ask me question, okay? Okay, so basically this is what we saw on Facebook, all the so-called the infographics. Basically 3 parts, okay? If you are taking a loan from the bank, you should obtain a loan assessment IPA. The bank will inform you of the outcome of application. So for this part, if I decipher correctly, I think it's still going through the same way. You can get a mortgage banker to do your IPA, submit a document. With that document, you probably have to submit in your HDB portal to go for the HFE. I think this part might still be the same. You just have to check with probably Chris or your banker on this part, if you are serving a buyer, okay? Question? So from 9 May, which is tomorrow, that's why I say let's move forward. Currently, later there's a part to talk about this transition period. So this whole thing, step 1, you can just do step 1, you don't have to go to step 2. Step 2 is only for those who are firm, like I really want to buy, I'm ready to commit to buying a property. If they just want to see, look, ask for fun, how much grant I can have, they only need to do step 1. Okay? But to go for the HFE, you have to complete everything within 30 calendar days. Okay? So there are a few things to take note is the 30 calendar days, as well as the whole submission part with all the documents will take about 20 working days. Processing time might be longer. So based on experience, HDB usually will take more than 21 working days. Because now, confirm they will receive a lot of this. A lot of people don't know what to submit and all. Okay? So this is your question. If you're currently there's this buyer, they confirm will ask you this. So currently you need intent to buy as well as a IPA or HLE letter. Okay? Now the change is you need either this one or this one. Okay, either you need this one or this one. So last time some buyers, for the HFE letter, they never do IPA. They just do intent to buy, then they tell you, oh, maybe my loan no problem. The banker say okay. But for now, you need an IPA to submit so that you will get a HFE letter. Then after that, you issue option already. Then you submit to the bank again to get your letter of offer, LO. Okay? So it's more secured, meaning to say this buyer will definitely so-called go through the case unless the COV is really high. So it's a good thing in general. And everything will be streamlined through your Singpass. Question? Clear? I don't think you all serve HDB buyer that much, right?
But sometimes the buyer also don't have agent representing them.
Ah, yeah.
But like my case, I have I see resale buyer. We got intent to buy, but not taking HDB loan.
Still can go. Then you make sure you have the LO IPA LO. So for your case, it's still as per normal.
Don't care, don't need this.
Before exercise 你有 LO 就可以了。
Exercise.
就是 before you exercise need to have a LO。
Yeah.
So can issue.
How long is your intent to buy? There's an expiry date on your intent to buy.
Still have.
So long you buy anything before the intent to buy, everything as per normal. Clear? Because for HLE letter, what's the expiry date? How many months? 6 months. So let's say, for example, case scenario, if today you serve a resale buyer, you have done your intent to buy, they have a HLE, but HLE is 6 months. So new ruling comes in, we have to have that. So it will be based on your HDB loan expiry date based on resale application submission. Clear? If you are taking a bank loan, whereby bank loan doesn't have an expiry date, then your expiry date will be based on the intent to buy date. Can? Okay. Let's say worst case scenario, you everything also don't know, like this one can or not that one. Just write in to HDB, they will okay one. Okay, they will be okay one. Okay? This is for the HDB new flat lah. Oh, new flat. So if you are this one I don't go in on that.